Hi, my name's Grace and I'm on the staff team here at Andover Baptist Church. Now, many of us know a thing or two already about life, character, faith, and what it takes to be the human you and I were created to be. And if you're like me and many other parents and carers out there, we want to pass that knowledge on to our kids, whether they're 3, 7 or 17. But sometimes the day-to-day pace of parenting gets in the way of the intentional conversations we want to have with our kids. Where do we start? When do we find the time? And how do we know if those conversations are going to be successful? Here at Andover Baptist Church, we don't want you to feel like you're parenting alone. And to help us all with that, we use the ParentCue app to specifically help us raise kids in faith and character by strengthening the relational rhythm of our homes. More on that a little bit later. The app introduces important topics of conversation and connects you with our church so that we can support you and your family. The ParentCue app is free and we want everyone in our church who has or cares for a child from a newborn baby to a college-age student to download that app now. So why don't you take out your phones? If you're watching this video in one of our on-site services, then you could use the QR code if you have one of our flyers, or you could point your phone's camera up here towards the screen to connect you to your smartphone's app store. Or you can navigate to the ParentCue website at theparentcue.org/app. Once you download the ParentCue app, create an account and then connect with our church right inside of the app. You can then add your child's name and age information and a photo if you want to. And don't worry, anything you add into the ParentCue app is only seen by you and nobody else. The American and UK school grading system doesn't quite line up to the content we use here at ABC, so we've made our own system. So when it comes to adding your child's grade within the app, there's no need to adjust their year group here in the UK. So if your child is in year 2, then just add them to grade 2. If they're in year 10 here in the UK, then add them to grade 10. The only difference is if your child is in reception year, then you need to add them to kindergarten. Now this bit's really important. So click on the church icon at the bottom of the screen. And once you're synced with our church, you'll see age-specific, faith-based content for each of your children, news and upcoming events of what's happening here in our kids groups, and easy to find contact information for each of those groups. Now, what did we mean by strengthening the relational rhythm of our homes? We believe every family has a rhythm, the things we do day in, day out to keep our family going. And these days, many of us don't feel like we have space to add anything more into the mix. So instead of encouraging us to create more moments in our weeks, we could try to be more intentional with the time that we already have. Now every week, most families experience some variation of morning times, bedtimes, drive times and meal times together. So the ParentCue app gives us 4 cues each week to help us connect with the heart of our kids. Each cue is strategically designed for the age of the child that you are raising and helps you develop family patterns that will enhance your long-term relationship with your child over time. To help spark important conversation, the ParentCue app gives us monthly topics on faith and character so we can incorporate big ideas into everyday life. To support each monthly idea, the ParentCue updates with weekly Bible story videos, memory verses, devotional content, and more based on the age of your kids that you're raising. And this is the very same content we use on a Sunday morning here in our kids groups, so you can go home and watch that content together. Once you enter a child's information, you'll notice a countdown with your child's profile picture if you've chosen to add one. There are 936 weeks from the time your child is born until they turn 18 and move on to what's next. These 936 weeks are unlike any other time in a person's life. They lay the foundations of faith and character. They are the groundwork of establishing identity, belonging, and purpose. ParentCue helps every caregiver count the weeks so you can make the weeks really count. So, use the ParentCue app to help you stay connected to your child, and use the ParentCue app to stay connected with us here at Andover Baptist Church. They create the plan so you can make the memories.